Good afternoon. This is Dr. Sherelle Perkins. I want to talk to you about something that I think impacts all of us as leaders. Welcome to Fire Room Live. And I just want to help us develop as leaders, be prepared to lead with faith, wisdom, courage, and purpose. Look, one of these areas that trip us up a lot is what we say. We need to speak life and build boldly. Whether you lead in your home, workplace, business, whatever your sphere of influence is, the community, your words are helping to create an environment. They're either strengthening vision or reinforcing limitations. They are either encouraging people to move forward or giving them another reason to remain afraid. The question I want you to consider today is this: what are your words building? Proverbs 18:21 tells us death and life are in the power of the tongue. We often apply this verse to our personal lives, but it also has a powerful leadership application. And quite honestly, we don't always apply it to our personal life and intimate relationships. Words do more than describe circumstances. So when we're talking, we're doing more than just simply describing a circumstance. Your words are influencing yourself, number one, and those that are hearing it. When your family, your team, whatever is experiencing uncertainty, people listen carefully to what you say. Your children try to determine, should I be afraid? Is there a way forward? Is there a future? Your words cannot solve every problem, but they can help determine how people approach the problem. Proverbs 12:18 says, the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. That means our words can wound people or they can restore them. They can create confusion or they can create clarity. They can create fear or they can awaken courage. Speaking life does not mean ignoring problems. It does not mean pretending everything is fine when it's not. When we speak life, we want to say not what we see, but what we're believing the outcome to be. We're to say what God says. So, speaking life means telling the truth in a way that gives people wisdom, dignity, and path forward. You can acknowledge the challenge and still speak hope. You can address a mistake and still speak to someone's potential. You can admit that you do not have every answer and still lead with confidence. That is not weakness. That's mature leadership. Look, in the book of James, James tells us a powerful picture. He gives us a powerful picture of how impactful the tongue is. He compares the tongue to a rudder of a ship. A ship may be large, the winds may be strong, the waves may be high, yet a small rudder helps determine the ship's direction. Your tongue is a leadership rudder. The challenge may be large, but your words are steering something. The economy may be uncertain, but your words are steering something. Technology may be changing quickly, but your words are steering something. Your organization may be going through a transition, but your words are steering something. Your family may be facing difficulties, but your words are steering something. Think about the language you use when you're under pressure. Do you say, we will never recover from this? Or do you say, This is difficult, but we're going to seek wisdom, learn what is necessary, identify our next steps, and say what God says. Do you say, I'm too old to learn this technology? Or this is too difficult for me? Or do you say, I may not know this yet, but I am capable of learning? Do you say, certain groups of people, be they young, whatever your ideal is, do not understand leadership? Or do you say, let us create an environment where all generations and all people can learn from one another? Your words reveal your perspective, but they also reinforce it. If you repeatedly speak defeat, limitation, and fear, you will eventually create an environment where defeat, hesitation, limitation, and fear live, and people will no longer expect progress. Leaders, we must watch what we allow our words to normalize and to create. One of the greatest leadership disciplines is learning to look beyond present circumstances. What you see is real, but it may not be the whole story. You may see limited resources, but God may be developing a new strategy. You may see an outdated system, but God may be showing you an opportunity to rebuild. You may see a generation that communicates differently, but God may be creating a bridge for greater impact. You may see technology disrupting your industry. You may be dealing with all of the change that's going on in our world, but God may be giving you an opportunity to serve people in ways that were not possible before. Faith does not ask us to deny what we see. Faith teaches us not to make what we see greater than what God has said. For those who may be new to faith, faith is not pretending that problems do not exist. Faith is confidence in God's character and guidance, even when you cannot see the complete path. And even if you're watching today and do not even identify as a Christian, let me give you a leadership truth you can use. Your current circumstances should provide information, but they should not be allowed to imprison your imagination. Vision requires leaders to see beyond what currently exists. Do not be intimidated by technology. We are living in a time of rapid technological change. Artificial intelligence, automation, digital communication, virtual collaboration, data driven systems are all changing how we work and serve. Some people are excited, some are overwhelmed. Some are quietly hoping everything will return to the way it used to be. But strong leadership is not about hiding from change, it's about approaching change with wisdom, courage, and character. Nothing about technology that we see developing surprised God. God is not confused by artificial intelligence. He is not intimidated by automation. He has not lost his authority because the world is changing. Technology is a tool. Like every other tool, it must be guided by values, wisdoms, ethics, and purpose. Leaders should not worship technology, but we should not be intimidated by it either. We must learn to steward it. You do not have to become an expert on every new platform. You do need the humility to keep learning. Ask questions, attend the training, let someone else teach you something, even if they're younger than you are. Test one tool, Learn one new process. Take one reasonable step. And regardless, each generation learns from the other. So if you're a young leader, don't dismiss the wisdom of a seasoned generation simply because their technological experience is different from yours. Seasoned leaders do not dismiss the contribution of the younger generation simply because their methods are unfamiliar to you. We need each other. The future will require digital fluency, but it also requires wisdom, discernment, compassion, integrity, and human connection. Build what God is speaking. Perhaps God has placed an idea in your heart for a business, a ministry, a community program, a leadership initiative, a new organizational system. You may not have seen anyone else do it in quite the same way. That does not necessarily mean that your idea is wrong. It may mean you're being invited to bring something new to the table. Do not allow the absence of a familiar model to silence a God given strategy. But remember, boldness is not recklessness. When God gives you an idea, develop it reasonably. Write it down, pray over it, research the need, seek wise counsel, identify when the idea is designed to serve. Learn the technology that may be required. Create a pilot, gather feedback, make adjustments, then keep building. Faith and strategy belong together. Prayer and preparation belong together. Inspiration and implementation belong together. An idea remains a possibility until disciplined leadership gives it structure. Quickly, I'm going to give you 5 practices for bold leadership. First, audit your leadership language. Listen to what you say when you're frustrated, uncertain, and under pressure. Are your words creating clarity and courage? Are they increasing fear? Are your words what God is saying about the circumstance? Second, replace fear filled language. Instead of saying we cannot do this, ask, what would we need to learn, change, or develop to move forward wisely? A better question can open the door to a better strategy. Number 3, develop technological courage. We've already spoken about it. Learn new tools. You don't have to master everything all in one day. Growth begins with one lesson, one step, one conversation, one experiment. Number 4, create environments for innovation. Give people permission to offer ideas. That includes our children as well. Encourage responsible experimentation. Do not punish every unsuccessful attempt when people acted with wisdom and integrity. Capture the lesson, improve the process. And with children, help them capture the lesson so they can improve their process. Number 5, align your system with your values. If you say you value people, your policies should honor people. If you value development, your calendar and budget should include development. If you value future generations, you should be mentoring and preparing people to lead after you. Don't be afraid. Your young Timothy may be smarter and sharper than you are, but still mentor him, prepare him, because we're not going to be in a position forever. And with wisdom, we can come up with a strategy on what to do with all our reserve. Values that never influence systems are only good intentions. Speak life into the future. Before we close, I want to remind you that speaking life is not empty positive thinking. Speaking life sounds like encouragement, it sounds like correction, it may sound like an apology, it may sound like the courage to address a new idea. It may sound like, I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. Sometimes it sounds like, oh, we made a mistake, but we're going to get it right. And sometimes speaking life sounds like declaring, this is not the end. There is still purpose here, and we will take the next step. Your words are steering something. Make sure they're steering your family, your team, your business, your ministry toward truth, courage, healing, growth, and purpose. Do not allow fear to become your language. Do not allow what you see today to silence what God is speaking about tomorrow. Do not allow technology to intimidate you out of preparing and participating in the future. Speak life, learn courageously, lead wisely, and build boldly. Let's close in prayer. Father, thank you for the gift and responsibility of words. God, give us wisdom to speak truth with compassion, courage, and clarity. Forgive us for the times we've allowed fear, frustration, and limited thinking to direct our language. Teach us to use our words to heal, strengthen, develop, inspire, and implement what you say. Help us look beyond present circumstances. Listen for the strategy. Listen for the strategy. Listen for the strategy. Listen for the strategy that God is placing in your heart. Remove the fear of change and the intimidation of technology and new situations. Give us humility to learn, wisdom to discern, and the courage to build. May our homes, workplaces, businesses, ministries, and communities become environments where people can grow, contribute, and flourish. Let our words become faithful rudders directing our leadership toward your purpose. In Jesus' name, amen. My closing declaration and call to action. Repeat after me. I declare, I will not allow fear to direct my words. I will not allow fear to direct my present circumstances and limit my vision. I will speak life, pursue wisdom, embrace the future with courage, and boldly build what God has placed in my heart. So, if this message has encouraged you, please like this video, share it with another leader, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for joining me for Fire Room Live. Again, I'm Dr. C.A. Perkins, reminding you to speak life, lead with courage, and build a future that reflects purpose. Until next time, keep growing, keep leading, and keep the fire burning. God bless you. Peace and love. Have a great day.